You were building House Party. You were deeply within the tech space, building companies, selling them, innovating. Your job now is to innovate at WeightWatchers, and part of that is making acquisitions in the telehealth space. Just talk to us about how this key acquisition is helping you drive forward with pharmaceuticals.
Yes, thank you for having me. So coming in as CEO, what is just a year and change now, I knew part of the vision was about rethinking the business from a digital first perspective. One based on community, which is, as you mentioned, where I've spent most of my career in growth tech doing. I had first experience as a member on the program. And so I was really excited about bringing something new and fresh to the product on a global scale, and something that would allow me to take all my growth tech knowledge, growth tech experience, and knowledge, and then have meaningful outcomes for global health. So anyways, I had been looking at this research on blue zones and how to create a digital blue zone, and we investigated new modalities, both across functional and clinical. And what stood out most is that obesity is a chronic condition. It still hasn't been addressed truly in that manner, when in fact, for over 10 years, it's been scientifically recognized as a chronic condition. And so we wanted to enter the space and be able to extend our toolkit to not only behavior change and functional, but also clinical interventions.
What's so interesting is yesterday we learned that another tech executive, social media tech executive, Jeff Cook, is joining Noom, which is a kind of competitor, which is also in the weight loss startup transition, prescribing obesity drugs. How do you compete? How do you stand out? How do you make sure that your loyal following doesn't become disenchanted by this shift?
Well, I mean, I think that there are two questions in there, and the first one that I want to address is the prevalence, of obesity in the U.S. Take, for instance, since 1993, the prevalence was about 13%, and now we're talking 42% prevalence, and the trajectory is going to get us to 50% prevalence of people living with obesity by 2030. So this is a matter of rising tides lift all ships. We are, as the leaders in the space, wanting to make sure that this is something that we can address globally and that we're doing it responsibly. And yes, certainly there have been members who we have to bring along in the journey. And it's on us to really destigmatize this category, and people understand that it's not just about willpower for many. It's not a moral failing, that this is a chronic relapsing condition, and in some cases requires a clinical intervention for people to see long-term success and longevity.
Talk to us about any program you might launch, whether or not it's through Sequence that people manage to access these obesity drugs, whether it's somewhere else. You're sort of trying to build a program, as I understand it, to do with this acquisition that helps people build a lifestyle. How many people do you think would ultimately sign on? When might we see such a launch, and how?
Sure. Well, yeah, I think it's important to remind people that the medications, and particularly the clinical trial, it was called STEP, that really led to the media being excited and the zeitgeist shifting to thinking about these medications. This was a trial that was run alongside lifestyle treatment, meaning that these patients were receiving guidance on diet and activity. They were done in conjunction with a calorie deficit. And so it's a misconception that these are a magic pill that you just take and lose weight. You must do them alongside lifestyle intervention. And that's what the medications help you do, is have greater adherence to the healthy habits that come naturally to some. And so what we are developing alongside of our tried and true #1 doctor recommended program for behavior change is one that is very specific to people who are on the GLP-1 journey, because they need help with maintenance of lean muscle mass, nutrient density, and doing so alongside of the titration, the dosage titration is going to be really important to achieving the best outcomes. And so we plan to introduce this program in the fall, and that would be for people who get the medications through our virtual clinic Sequence or not. So if you are somebody who's gotten the medication through your healthcare provider, these providers in a lot of cases are not trained in obesity medication. Less than 1% of doctors are. And so this will be a program that will be able to have a higher touch support for those people.